us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
This very bright Monday afternoon. It's another work week. We're 99.3 and this is Nigeria Info. My name's Joyce, we're radioactive, and welcome to the sunny side. All right, so quite a number of things to look at. Time certainly is afforded us to do the best that we can, so welcome. First, police extortion. And then after that, we're going to talk about, I really wanted to talk about our collective perception of who we are, our understanding of who we are. I want to talk about our collective values, if there be any. I want to talk about how what we think is directly proportional to how we treat each other, how we conduct ourselves, whether in civil spaces or government institutions, that there is something about what is there and what isn't there that truly is a solid reflection of who we are as a people. And that becomes our identity, whether we voluntarily choose that or not. And of course, where we fail to create what it is that should stand for values and social mentality, that which we have not chosen becomes both value and or what is valued and social identity, whether it's moral, immoral, whether it's just, unjust, whether it's structured or destructured. I think that when we complain about Nigeria's problems, much of this may have to do with a lack of, or the corruption of values, or the lack of values, or maybe collective perception, or a lack of identity. And it's not for me to tell you what can be the issue. But I think that today's topic, and every topic I want to bring your way this afternoon, hinges on, what do you think we are? What are we as a people? Who are we? And these issues have been there, and sometimes they're not necessarily at the front burner of the conversation. Sometimes they are exactly what fuels action. I've many times thought about having topics around ethnicity on radio, and I've just been drawn back by what I perceive to be a pending verbal conflict, the suppositions, maybe even the lies or the posturing, the fact that there are issues that are here, present, that need to be dealt with on a national level, communal level, federal level, and then powers and means be put into trying to either correct or establish whatever this choice becomes by the end of our choosing or the end of the conversation. Okay. I want to link this conversation today, and which is also, of course, a concern for time, which is not much of a problem, because if we don't finish today, we can do it another day. You remember the World Cup, and I made a statement about Nigerian players not having the same opportunity. And that was just an example, Nigerian players not having the same opportunity as other foreign players, and maybe investments and media platforming that others have had. And linking that to how, you have, your top players in the world. You have your favorites, if I can even put it that way specifically. And the reason you don't have a Nigerian as one of your favorites is not because you are incapable. It's also because the very things that made those people your favorites are not available to people this side of the divide. Because I believe if you pump in that much resource, capacity, media, opportunities, you don't even know you don't know your capability. That's what I would love to say. And Nigeria Info posted that clip on our Nigeria Info page on Instagram. I think I checked this sometime last week because somebody made a comment and tagged me to it. And there were over 400 comments about how delusional I was, or how bereft of knowledge as far as football goes. I was speaking to the mentality of the psychology, but I've been categorized as someone with little sense or sensibility when it comes to judging things that are out there. All right. So I want to bring that Instagram post on Nigeria Info FM page to the radio. But it's not going to be our first conversation because I'm trying to build on some momentum here. I want to give your mind some impetus as to what can be possible. And I'm not asking you to agree with me because you may truly just be on the right side already. And I'm just choosing to test the validity of your judgment or your understanding. All right? Okay, good. So I've said that to say that every other thing that happens until that conversation is a build up to something. What am I trying to drive at? Are we okay mentally? Are we all right psychologically? And if we say yes to that, can we all agree that whatever it is we are mentally, whatever it is we are psychologically, is a fusion into our character, and our character has become what we express in society? I'm going to play you the first conversation we're having today. Is police extortion. About a few days ago, officers, about 4 of them, were accused of extorting a senior government official. Related Offense Commission, the chairman of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offense Commission, ICPC. Okay, so here is the story. 4 police officers detained for extorting ICPC chairman of 53,000 naira. So here is the idea of this particular issue. Federal Capital Territory Police Command has detained 4 police officers accused of extorting 53,000 naira from Musa Aliyu, the chairman of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offenses Commission, during an illegal stop and search operation in Abuja. All right. Now, the FCT Commissioner of Police disclosed last Monday while briefing journalists in Abuja, describing the officers as, quote, criminals who had no business wearing the police uniform. According to the police officer, the officers abandoned their designated duty post, converged outside the Banex area of Wuse, where they mounted an unauthorized checkpoint and engaged in extortion without realizing that their victim was the ICPC chairman. Sanusi said the officers compelled this chairman to withdraw 53,000 naira through a point-of-sale operator, pay the transaction charges, and subsequently shared the money amongst themselves. Quote, I must say here too that we have about 4 police officers in custody as we speak who successfully extorted somebody of high importance, unknown to them that this person is a highly placed person in society. In clear terms, they extorted the chairman of the ICPC. End quote. Stop there. That's another video on social media, and is a typical case of police extortion. How dare I say typical? Well, you're full familiar with this one because you yourself may have been a victim of the harassment or the intimidation or actual extortion, like harassment, intimidation, and eventual extortion when it comes to you driving past police officers or checkpoints, all right? Okay. So I'm going to play the video. And then I want this conversation to be centered around what are we? Because while we're trying to deal with our problems, and you can tell that the only reason we are divided is because we are all not agreeing on something. And if you wonder why we consistently conflict with what side we should be on, what we should agree on or about, you realize it's just, 1, a lack of perspective, 2, a lack of collective will for a singular goal. We're not even seeing the same thing. We're not thinking the same way. And we don't have the same shared values. And you can understand the divide from that point. But this also feeds what is perceived of us. In fact, I dare say that this is the reason whatever perception that is gotten of us is perfectly played out in the minds of other people, because there isn't any conflict here. It is that what we are is what they perceive. And even worse, many times I think it's exaggerated, but we're not even far from the exaggeration. The only thing that separates the exaggeration from our actual reality is just a typical case of a misunderstanding of that singular issue. Other than that, we are the exaggeration. Like, the problem is really as big as they say it is, if not bigger. All right, enjoy. It's hardly something you can enjoy, but I would ask that you attempt enjoyment. Here's a conversation between a commuter and officers at a checkpoint. I'll be right back. By the way, if you're live streaming with us, if you're on our live stream, we're live streaming and you can capture the video. It kind of probably feeds you a little bit more picture to your imagination to understand how the conversation should be shaped by your judgment.
You came from America.
Came from UK. I'm the owner, yes. Yes. I live in Nakure. Okay. Sorry?
I'll do the taxing.
The taxing. I don't have anything now. I don't have anything. If I have, I would have given you.
I just want to see you are very close. So that's why I'll go with another person or Igbo or that person. I'll just plan.
I don't get anything. That's why. If I get, I will give you now. Can I have my driving license here? What can I do now? What can I do? You know, I just park. You know, tell me what I do now, guy. No, check my driving license, check my documents. It's make I do that. It's make I do that thing now. You are with my driving license now. The way be of the invoice. Yeah, even if I park. Yeah? No, don't worry. Okay. The way be of.
What do you say she don't do? Are you telling him to?
It's your officer like you. That's why I said you should not worry. That I will talk to you.
No, you shouldn't talk now.
All right. So the way bill.
Everybody can talk.
The way bill is not there. I have the custom paper there. Those loads came with the car.
That's why I requested for the custom paper so that I can see maybe all those items was itemized and examined.
So is it? So is it supposed to be list one after the other, all those custom papers?
Yes.
Really?
What are? I do check custom paper now.
Okay.
So if
do your job properly. You have my driving license here. I'm recording you. To let you know, I'm recording you right now. So can I have my driving license? Check your paper and then let's go.
Everything is intact. Why is it back?
Don't shout. Leave him. I'll go him on record. But I've already told you. You have my paper. My paper is correct. Everything is there. You are with my driving license. I haven't committed any. I haven't committed any offense.
Hello.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Are
you okay?
Okay.
Listen to that level. He
hasn't got that level.
Asking where is the invoice?
Yeah, but which I did. But that's why, and I told you, I said this vehicle came. This vehicle came.
I was even. I know you are not the devil. I was even trying to.
Okay, why do you? Okay.
Listen, I know she's money. Not arrow. Don't you try to punch here. So I want you to get me.
Based on what? It's not about his mates now. You are not my mate, of course, but it's not about that. Be professional. It's not about age. It's not about age. Can I have my driving license? My document is correct. What happened now? I'm from Akure. I will go back to Akure, sorry. But why does he have to hold my driving license? You know what is this? Can I have my driving license? It's not about money. Why does he have to hold my driving license? What did I do? Don't worry about that. I have everything on record now. Why are you doing this? I will need. Okay, what do they want me to do? So what are you saying now? It's not about that. No, it's not about money now. It's not about money. Okay, officer. Okay, it's not about that. Yeah.
Okay. Your brother have your camera. I have my own here.
Okay, so what have I done wrong? That's my. What have I done wrong now that I seize my license? What have I done that makes you know?
You don't even have any.
And so what have I done? But why does he have to put my license?
Is it the driver?
Are you not entertained? Welcome. We're 99.3, we're Nigeria Info. I'm not even sure what the officer meant when he said to the commuter, if you were Igbo. And I think somehow, just somewhere under our collective faces, our names, what we do in modern society, is this thing about this cultural, this God alone knows what it is, because for the life of me, it's not like there's something specific that one then again, I could be wrong. Maybe there is something specific that could really be the issue, but it's not obvious to me that I know or you know what the issue actually is. And it's that as a mentality with someone wearing the uniform of the Nigerian police. That's one. Two, is that the commuter, and it's interesting where the second officer comes by and says, did anybody ask you for money? It's like, are we children here? Well, he didn't have to ask verbatim, but he did ask for money. But, of course, not in direct terms. And then it just escalates into absolute nonsense where you're arguing about nothing. The man didn't do anything. You're not charging him for anything. He hasn't violated any rules. His documents are complete. You seize his driver's license and ask him to do dance, and he's like, well, I don't have anything. And then he springs up a problem. At this point, they're probably looking for his birth certificate, HIV testing, marriage certificate. They're looking for his access to heaven if he has any. And this is the experience of the average Nigerian. Oh, I just told you that 4 officers stopped the ICPC chairperson and extorted 53. And I'm sure the man just played along because God alone knows what he was thinking. And maybe he had tried to explain himself or didn't bother explaining himself and just waited this out because he was going to pick it up. Now, that's for the person who can pick it up. This is the commuter who could record the scene. And yeah, the Nigerian police is in the news. So the question is, do you think much of the issues we have with, specifically now, the Nigerian police force has something to do with poor remuneration, for which they seize every opportunity that they have, and that's the few who do, to extort Nigerians? Or is this a far-reaching problem, a mentality? I mean, here you're having someone say, well, if you were Igbo, you would have been somewhere else. This would not be the conversation, and this is me just paraphrasing. Is there something we can do about who we say we are? I think it's one thing to say that we are one Nigeria, but yeah, let's talk. So I guess police extortion will be our first conversation, and how this is part of who we are as people, the way we think, maybe, or because if we say a few bad eggs, is it a few bad eggs? Nigeria Info. Telephone numbers?
The male line is 0201-277-0993, and the female line is 0201-465-7190, and then our WhatsApp number is 009-597-5805.
We're live streaming on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM on YouTube. Give me 1 minute. I'll go off on a very short break, and yeah, here we are. Another work week where we're talking about Nigeria. This time around, extortion and our collective social identity.
More talk, news, and sports after this.
Every generation is remembered by the voices that refuse to be silent.
Research has shown that one
the ones who dared to stand, to question, to challenge. Because history has never belonged to those who simply agreed. It belongs to those who said, I beg to differ. Welcome to the stage where ideas clash, where logic becomes power, and where every argument has the potential to shape tomorrow. This is more than a debate. It's courage in conversation. It's intellect in motion. It is the birthplace of tomorrow's leaders. August 10 at 3 p.m., Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt will come alive for the national finals of the I Beg to Differ Secondary Schools Debate Tournament. The War of Words begins at 3 p.m. on August 10. One podium, countless perspective, one opportunity to be heard. The question is not whether your voice matters. The question is, will the world remember what you had to say? I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
I am not your mate. I am not your mate. I think we can fairly assume that there are some officers, men in uniform, who view civilians as subjects rather than clients that they should serve, citizens that deserve service. Let's talk. Welcome to Nigeria Info. Good to have you on the sunny side. Good afternoon to you. Tell us your name. You can go ahead.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Welcome. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
Yes, my name is Terry. You see, the problem with us in this country is that Nigerians are very mannerless. Majority of Nigerians, I don't want to say all Nigerians, are very mannerless. You see, these police people we talked about, I drive a lot in this Lagos. When you come across many policemen, I don't even see what they complain about them. I know they make money. Are you hearing me? Yes, they do beg money. And so on. And when they beg, you say you don't have, they let you go. Some of us that are not even policemen, we have a very bad manner of handling. Because you can imagine a man under the sun suffering. With all his frustration and pain, he began to talk to him the way he doesn't like. It will result in this kind of thing. And also, when we go to their stations also, so we see some bad, very bad elements there. I had a problem with some of them. Was it like this? I went to the station. They detained my wife to be. I said I had that they arrested my wife and so on. The next thing, what he said, the policeman said, he took my phone. He said, do I have another phone? This is the only phone I have in my hand. He said, I pointed finger on me. For that reason, I cannot enter that station. It became a very serious argument. I began to wonder, what's wrong with this kind of human being? Then his police came out and they said, what happened? I explained to them. I said, he asked me, what I had another phone in my hand. I said, no, this is the only one I have. And I've given it to him. He said that because I was demonstrating, this is the only phone I had. I only took me, and for that reason, I cannot enter that station. You see, all of us, we are human beings. If you are driving on the road, you come across a lot of policemen. See, all these things they are saying to me, I have not seen it with them, but I know that there are targets among them. And so we, the Nigerian people also, when we are addressing issues, we should have this manner of approach in dealing with these people. Otherwise, because me, if I look at them, with their gun and everything, they can do anything to you and nothing will happen. That's the country we are in. And so we should caution ourselves also so that we know where the problem is coming from. Thank you.
99.3 Nigeria Info. The sunny side. Well, manner of approach has made its way on the air as something that needs to also feature in the conversation. So I guess you want to also consider whether it's the way Nigerians relate with Nigerians that cause this kinds of conflict. It's 1 p.m. We're off on a break. We'll be right back.
Lagos, the conversation is happening. Be a part of it.
Criticism of the president is unfair when it comes to security in the country.
Contractors, you say a lot of the agencies or government to be attributed to the government.
There's no court order that will tell you to block or go and reclaim without approval.
Let's talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info.
It's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Good afternoon to you. I am Buluwati Jegede with the news. Lagos residents have been urged to keep their surroundings clean and dispose of waste properly. The governor's special advisor on environment, Rotimi Akodu, says indiscriminate waste disposal is worsening environmental challenges. Meanwhile, Badagry local government has launched a waste police unit to enforce sanitation laws. And residents of Kalama in Kwara State have protested the continued abduction of 176 community members. They say there has been no official update since the February attack. The protesters are demanding urgent action to secure the victims' release. And Nigerian army has arrested a soldier accused of supplying military equipment to terrorists. The suspect was arrested in Maiduguri while allegedly attempting to flee to Cameroon. The army says investigations are ongoing to identify possible accomplices. And wildfires continue to spread across parts of France and Spain. More than 300,000 people have been evacuated from affected areas. The leaders of both countries have stepped up emergency response efforts. And that's the news right here, 99.3 Nigeria Info. For more news update, visit our website, nigeriainfo.fm. And you can also call 014657175 if you have any news tip you want us to cover. Thank you so much for staying with us. I am Buluwati Jegede. The Sunny Side with Joyce continues.
Different ideologies.
I have 3 kids, 2 boys and a girl. My daughter is giving me hell. What happened? She always go out with friends. I put her in a place of where she's learning a trade. I call the woman and say, please, see this girl as your stepdaughter. I want you to take charge of this girl. But this girl is giving me headache.
Different perspectives.
When she's maltreating her, ask her if you are my mother or you are not my mother, so that I will really know. She said she's the one that born me, only that when she gave birth to me, that I'm wicked, that I give her a soft time during my labor, that my labor do her for 5 days.
And she hates you for that?
He hates me for that.
But it's not your fault that her labor took 5 days.
Share your views on the Sunny Side here on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Lagos, welcome to the season finale of the I Beg to Differ debate tournament, the tournament of champions. Trust me, this is one you cannot afford to miss. 16 of Nigeria's finest secondary schools, 3 debates every day, 4 weeks of fierce intellectual battles, and the only question we are all asking and the answers we want to receive is who will be crowned the champion of champions. And we're talking about champions from Abuja, from Port Harcourt, from Lagos, going head to head, shoulder to shoulder in the ultimate battle of ideas, logic, and persuasion. The final lap begins Monday, August 10 at 3 p.m. So make sure to mark your calendars because you cannot afford to miss it. Come and expect brilliance, bold ideas, powerful arguments, and unforgettable moments right here on Nigeria Info 99.3. For sponsorship inquiries, please email info@nigeriainfo.fm or I beg to differ at nigeriainfo.fm. I beg to differ, the tournament of champions.
Keep my sunny side up.
The Sunny Side, with Joyce.
I keep my sunny side up.
99.3 Nigeria Info, the Sunny Side. Welcome to Nigeria Info. Hey, good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for being here.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Thank you. Tell us your name. You can go ahead.
My name is Mazuda.
Good to have you.
Please, for your question, a lot is wrong with us. A lot. Because when I found out that something years ago, that a lot of we have a lot of problems to solve. Because I look at, please, I want people to listen with closer mind. Please, I'm not trying to be stubborn or go against anybody's way of life. But listen to me. You see, when I find out far back ago, about that something years ago, that Nigerians, God created them to be big. But whenever you are in the country that God created you to be big, you lost yourself. But when you go out, you try to be okay. But immediately you come back to your country, you become idiot. So when I find out that what caused that, because Nigerians do not understand themselves, mostly blacks, because you go to the father of the world, the creator, the maker. You talk to him in what you want. After talking to him, you tell him to give you that in through and again. That's why Nigeria is small in knowledge, in everything. Because when he wants, instead of you to collect what you want from a father, he says, Father, the king should give it to you in his own name. Forgetting that your own name is bigger than that name, or the same thing with that name. So when I find out that, I cry and I change, and I started talking about life. Because something is too wrong with us. We don't know what we are doing because, one, we fail to know that instead of you to go to, you will call Alpha, you go to your name, that is Alpha. When you go to a name, all power belongs to name. And that your name solves every problem if you can be able to characterize.
I'm speaking about, I want you to link your thoughts to the actual conversations, just so that we're following you. Otherwise, you're leaving us behind.
Okay. I agree with you. I agree with what you said. Thank you for bringing me back. For the police people, I know there's some good ones because I've encountered with them. Some are stubborn, some are cool. Many of them. I give him proof of my vehicle, he check it, finish. I there for siren, he carried it to me many times. That is truth. But because most of Nigerians are wrong, and when they get to the police, there's wrong police, they will meet the wrong ones. Intimidation comes in. So, but it's not too good. It's not good at all. Not too good. It's not good. All we need in this world is somebody to call off all this rubbish to Nigerians. So wherever you are doing your job, everything you do must be clean. And you know that your job is to serve the creator. Because the creator is in humanity. If you don't make human being to be normal, who are you going to give it to? Do you think you give anything to the creator?
Thank you for calling. Thank you for calling. I think you have a thought, but you're not linking the thought in practical sense to the issue. Remember, we're different people. Different people with different values. We're different people with different psychology.
Sorry, Joyce, I'm trying to let you know why something is wrong with us. We never know how to behave in public. We never know our business is the life to serve. Police is not serving his work right now. It's not why we're complaining. Or maybe government are not serving the police very well to do the normal thing. We don't know because there's no good life into our leaders.
Okay.
That's why something is wrong to us.
Thank you very much for calling me. I really do appreciate. The Sunny Side, we're Nigeria Info. Thank you very much for being here. Welcome. You tell me your name.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
My name is Robert.
Welcome,
I am calling you from Apapa.
Good to have you, Rob.
Yes. I cannot say that police force, not only the police force, in all the forces, even in organizations, there are no bad eggs. So, because of what happened, I cannot say the police are bad. No. There are bad eggs among them, the one we have seen. But my question is that I think there was a time an IG gave an order that there should not be roadblock in Nigeria, that roadblocks should be dismantled. Though I don't know if what happened in a roadblock, I don't know, but I think I've seen where the people encounter the police. This same issue last week on social media, Facebook and all the rest, to demand for paper with ulterior motive. When a policeman say bring your paper, I don't know, some may be right, some may be genuine, maybe they suspect something because according to what the police say, they say everybody is a suspect. Nevertheless, it always goes with ulterior motive. Give us money and the rest. So what I would want the new policeman to do is to, go back to renew that order. The former IG gave that policemen should be removed from the roadblock to avert this insult that you are seeing. Because that man that is behaving like that is messing up the police force. It is biggest shame to other people that are innocent that cannot do this kind of thing. That's my question. God bless you, my sister.
Thank you very much for calling. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Good afternoon. Welcome. Tell us your name. You can go ahead.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Tell us your name. You can go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon, Joyce. Yeah, Boyesen from Afromedia. You see, it's unfortunate. The discussion is okay. We'll still have to discuss because we've been discussing before. Been talking about it. But just like, let me take your mind back to when this the Inspector General of Police, this of a man, when he came in, I think the first thing he said was, hey, no more roadblocks, this and that. I called this your station, and I told the man who was anchoring the program that day, I told him, look, forget it. The man is just saying that. We've seen it happen off and on. We've seen it all the time, over time. So anyone that comes in will just say, hey, do this, do that, no more roadblock, this, that, this. All those things I told you, what that guy that day. You see, and I said it, no matter what we do, the Nigerian police that we know, the Nigerian police that I know, let me put it that way, can never on earth stop collecting bribes. It can never happen, no matter what happens. Even if you like, pay him millions. That thing is embedded in their blood as far as police, Nigerian police is concerned.
Is it because they're being paid?
It might not be all. It might not be. There might be some few exceptions. So, but I maintain to say this thing has taken. I mean, it's in their blood. Just pass around everywhere you go, and you see them collecting it openly. I mean, with with impunity. If you dare argue, you are in soup. You are in soup.
These officers,
that's happening every day.
But these officers, the officers are Nigerians. So if you say that,
okay, go on.
If you say that these officers cannot stop collecting, do you think it's because they're not being paid well, or is there a mental issue here? Is there something we have to address psychologically?
Okay, now let me ask you.
Because he also made the statement. He also made the statement of if it were illegal, and somebody's asking me in the message.
No. It's not about tribe. It's not about tribe, please.
No, excuse me. I'm not importing something. I am reporting something that the officer said. I am not importing. I didn't create it. I'm just reporting his statement.
Just forget about that one. Forget about that. But the truth is, even if you pay, I've said it before, even if you pay them millions, they can never stop it. It's already in their blood. I don't know why.
Is this when you say it's in their blood, is it in the blood of every other Nigerian? Because, hey, if you think about it, they are Nigerians too, and they just happen to be privileged enough to be in the police force.
Joyce, please, look, even from recruitment, those that are recruiting now, they know their target. They know that they are going there. What they are going there is that as they pass out, is corrupt. That is that gratification. That is justice now.
I don't know what you're talking about, but thank you.
Is bribery now.
No, you do not understand me. Pretend about what?
Okay.
I'm saying that if you say that they cannot stop collecting, is this the way Nigerians are? Because you cannot separate the police officer from the Nigerian. He is Nigerian. So is this the way Nigerians are? Corrupt and would at every opportunity exploit every Nigerian that they need?
Mind you, I've said it's not all. We still have some few ones.
Do you think it's because they're not being paid very well?
I say even if they are being paid more than expected, I said the same thing will continue.
So what is wrong with us mentally then? So what is wrong mentally?
So I've said, look, from the head, when the head is rotten, if you have a good, I still remember when Buhari in the military era, I still remember that Buhari and Idiagbo, I know how they fought to enforce discipline to Nigerians. And that thing, I've not seen any other leader do it. So there's not, but until we have a good leader who is, God-fearing, that will stand and say, look, enough is enough. I want institutions to work. Then everybody will sit up.
Thank you very much for calling me. I do appreciate it. Thank you. You're on the sunny side. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to Nigeria Info.
Hi, good afternoon, Joyce.
Tell us your name. You can go ahead.
Okay, Chris here. So I don't think we should take the police in isolation. The police and every other aspect of our society is a mirror and reflection of our society. It's just like you taking a strand of hair or the ear of a whole body and single it out for something different. So we should critically look at ourselves. The police politicians, doctors, engineers, customs, every aspect of our society is a reflection of our people, including the citizenry. So we don't have to think, if we want a total change, the change is as a result of one person at the top, a leader, the queen in the animal kingdom, the lion, taking a charge and saying, this is the way we have to go. And then you can now be enforced to hold the people behind you accountable. So the Inspector General of Police cannot change Nigeria if the culture persists. That you see somebody said, when you get to the road, there are some good police, there are some bad police. There are some good citizens, there are bad citizens. There are good politicians, there are bad politicians. There are good nurses, there are bad nurses. There are good medical hospital directors, there are bad medical directors. So the society as a whole needs a complete and total overhaul and rechange. Joyce, I will tell you, during the World Cup, the last World Cup, can you hear me, Joyce?
Go ahead.
During the last World Cup, I was watching, because of the time difference, Joyce, the police in England issued a statement because the match England versus Norway was going to snowball into 2-3 a.m. They issued a statement that liquor licensed people are extended till 5 a.m. Kids were told to come to school late because there was this debate, will kids be allowed to watch the match at 1 a.m.? Kids were encouraged to wear the England jersey to school, no uniform. Anything England jersey, Church of England, to represent your country. That is where the development starts from. And when England lost to Argentina, I was watching Sky News. Peter Shilton, who was the England goalkeeper in 1986 World Cup, was being interviewed, and his grandson, which was about 7 years, was sitting by his side, and they were talking. So values are inculcated from the beginning, from the ground go, because the Bible says, righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach, not to the Nigerian police, not to custom, not to the NDDC, to the society itself. That's my own. I beg to leave. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. We're going to go to WhatsApp after this call. Hello, caller. Thank you very much for being here. Good afternoon. Tell us your name. You can go ahead. All right. I'm going to assume you're not there. What's up?
I believe the root cause is both monetary and psychological. But the psychological aspect comes first. When corruption becomes normal within an organization, some officers begin to see extortion as part of the job rather than as a crime. Low salaries and economic hardship may increase the temptation, but many well-paid people still engage in corruption. The real solution is better recruitment, ethics training, strong supervision, decent welfare, and strict punishment for officers who extort the public. Without accountability, the problem will continue regardless of salary increases. Ugochukwu from PH. Hello, Joyce. What do you expect? The police are trained to handle guns and, unfortunately, to take bribes. After their initial training, there seems to be little or no further training to educate them on fundamental human rights and police laws. If MC Oluwomo could do the same thing by being a tribal bigot in support of the president and was neither arrested nor invited for questioning, instead the police defended his actions, then the bigger problem is their superiors and authorities. It's not a question of poor remuneration. The fact remains that Nigeria police is a seat of corruption. No amount of money increment will stop police from this act. If you like, give them the equivalent of president's salary. The same thing will happen. Good afternoon, Joyce. Adegogo from Lekki says, greetings, Joyce. The Nigeria police are generally corrupt and evil-minded. They can do anything to make money. Many people are languishing in jail for many years just because they didn't have money to offer them. The government has a lot to do when recruiting people into the Nigerian police force. This is from YouTube. A further evidence to show there are no equal opportunity in Nigeria, and quite condescending that a major tribe seems so undermined. Officers should champion unity, not division. Take off state of origin. Good afternoon, Joyce. I want to let you know that we have so many unqualified officers. They have this slot where officers bring in people from their village who are not educated into the force. This should stop. Let them allow people who are capable get this job.
All right, hold on. We're going to go back to our telephone lines because we have a lot of people waiting. Hello, Nigeria Info. Good afternoon. Welcome to Nigeria Info.
Hello, Joyce. Good afternoon.
Tell us your name. Go ahead.
My name is Chris. I would like to say, if I remember very well, you brought up a topic some weeks back, all right, about the reason why Nigerians don't employ Nigerians in top position because they don't trust each other. I don't know if you remember that topic. There was some. All right. So, for me, I don't think it's even about the remuneration for those police. I believe the whole system in Nigeria is corrupt. Even we that we are talking, if we find ourselves in a position of power, we will do the same thing. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Everyone wants power to be able to oppress his neighbor. You understand? So the whole system is corrupt. You get me? We don't even trust each other to the point where we'll be able to say, okay, let me employ this person and I can be sure he's going to do the right thing. So this police is just showing what the society itself is all about. You understand? You ask a little child now, what do you want to be in the future? Maybe he says he wants to become a president. If you check it, it's just about to sign for money and the rest. You understand? So I think the underlying factor is the corruption in the whole system. They all have quota from the top to the bottom. So you will understand that it's those things that those police officers on the road, they face from their superior. That's what they are meting on us outside. You understand? So this thing is all in circle. It's all interwoven. You get me? So when they come out blaming the police, look into it. Look at yourself also. Are you doing well in wherever the system you are putting? I mean, the business you are doing, all those things you're doing. Are you doing the right thing? So we are quick to point fingers. Police is this, police is that. Yes, the police needs to be reformed. There's a lot of things that need to happen there. But individually, are we doing the right thing as well? That's all I want to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The sunny side, good afternoon to you. Welcome to Nigeria Info. Turn up the volume of your radio set.
Yeah, Joyce, good afternoon.
Welcome. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Naji calling from my property. Joyce, you see, police, that their question, there's no amount to repay them. They will not change. It's just like a tradition. It will be a tradition to them. There is still roadblock. There is still stop and search. There are still other things they are doing that in Nigeria. Who is checkmating them? When you give a law, then you check them. Because nobody is checking. That's what they feel like. When the Inspector General say there will be no more roadblock, then you bring enforcement that will checking them who is and who that is causing the roadblock. There's 30 money on the road. People are seeing them. Even if you don't have change, they will make change for you. They will ask you to get change. On the people are seeing them up to tomorrow. So no matter the amount you pay them, they will change. It's just like it has become their own life. They don't fear because nobody is checkmating them. Go to street, you see where they're chasing Okadas. In a street that if there's no road, they'll just stay that place and collect money from Okada. So whom do we tell? And the man that is checking them, that is their head, we tell them to go. And they will bring return. So the thing is still there. So that's what I'm saying, that there's no amount that we pay them today that will change. Because they feel that nothing will happen.
All right.
And some of them don't even listen to radio. They don't even watch television because of where they're going. Even if you transfer them from east to north, they will make bribe to make sure that they are there because where they're getting something, they don't like to leave that place. Yes. Go and check.
Okay.
Some of them have been in Lagos State for more than 20 years. Some have been in the north for more than 50 years because they don't want to shift because something is coming out from that place, which we know. We are all Nigerians. So there's no amount that you make them today to be changed or you pay them. There must be a return. Do you understand? So come to Express Road, you see them stop and they're still searching people. They are still blocking road.
All right.
So what is the Inspector General of the police doing? And let them bring enforcement to check these people because when you give law, you bring force on it.
Thank
very
you.
Good. So to check it.
I have to be off for the break. We'll be right back.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Every generation is remembered by the voices that refuse to be silent.
Research has shown that one
the ones who dared to stand, to question, to challenge. Because history has never belonged to those who simply agreed. It belongs to those who said, I beg to differ. Welcome to the stage where ideas clash, where logic becomes power, and where every argument has the potential to shape tomorrow. This is more than a debate. It's courage in conversation. It's intellect in motion. It is the birthplace of tomorrow's leaders. August 10 at 3 p.m., Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt will come alive for the national finals of the I Beg to Differ Secondary Schools Debate Tournament. The War of Words begins at 3 p.m. on August 10. One podium, countless perspective, one opportunity to be heard. The question is not whether your voice matters. The question is, will the world remember what you had to say? I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
The spotlight is always on the issues that deserve attention.
The flooding I saw yesterday in parts of
The
Accra.
condition is worse than Nigeria.
The sound filling has done it. And who is the biggest sound filler in Lagos?
Custodians of the law are the breakers of the law.
He's saying we should not blame Tinubu. Tinubu will not be in the front line.
Can't negotiate the right road by taking a wrong turn.
Right on the station that talks. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Let's talk.
We're back, 99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. Good afternoon to you. Sorry I lost your make it back. Welcome. Hello, how are you? Can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you. Good afternoon.
Afternoon to you. Thank you very much for being here.
Yes, this is Teddy from Isolo. So, I would say that the problem is systematic, and it is so systematic that it has been sort of fine-tuned in certain quarters. For instance, you want to get a visa, it should take 30 days normally, but they tell you pay VIP officially, or I don't call the terms so that I don't pinpoint a particular country or two, but you know what I mean. There are certain packages you pay for officially that can make you get a visa faster, while others sit down and wait. The same thing with was it energy at the time, band A, band B, you pay this, you pay that, and all that. So you find that this corruption or this pay more money for something or pay money for something you don't need to pay money for has just found its way into our systems. Two, I dare say, there are no statistics to back this up, but I dare say that for the past 20, 30 years, anybody who has joined the police force and any other force of the governmental agency, majority of them did that just to make money, not because of passion or anything. Unfortunately, the police force, I think, yes, many people don't want to join the police force, but we need policemen. So even the police authorities, are lax when it comes to recruiting people. And many of these people go there to, once I wear uniform, I can make money. So that is another major problem. Three, under the Constitution, there is no law that says I must be polite to a government official. It is good to be polite, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, these people were really professional. No matter what you say to them, they will stick to their job. We see videos of the Western world. Some people actually tell a policeman the F word, but they're still being polite about carrying out their duties. Because when you touch them or go beyond certain reasonable quotas that they now turn on you. So this question of being nice to them is good too, don't get me wrong. But then our traditionality and culture comes into play. The average Nigerian wants to prove to you they are older than you. The average Nigerian wants to prove to you that they are in a higher authority than you and want to enforce or display that power they have over you. That is another problem on its own. Our upbringing, our culture, our tradition, that mentality of you must, once you are older than somebody, even if the person is on their right, you expect them to be subservient to you for whatever reason. Okay? And yes, you said it. It is not a good enough reason, but we cannot take it away because we are first humans. The fact that they are not being properly remunerated is a major issue. Agreed, they have done this thing to a point where even if they are paid $1 million, they might not be. Who doesn't want more money? I mean, no matter how much we make, we want more, But I still believe that if they were reasonably remunerated and if they have a level of comfort, look at where some of them live, for Christ's sake. They live like dogs. If they are treated with more respect and dignity, and it is also, it transcends to their senior officers. Many of these men on the road make returns, like the last caller said. But when they say that their Oga is chopping money, their Oga is chopping money, even the number one of the country is questionable, for many reasons. Who are they not to now do the same thing? So it's just crazy from top to bottom. There is just so much that is off and wrong. So I would say, because it is what it is, commuters and drivers, when they stop you, be nice, be cordial. Especially when you know you may not have the paper. That's the crazy thing. There are some papers, policemen are not supposed to, go through anything other than your driver's license, your vehicle license, and your insurance. But now you start asking you for stupid things. But then, because we know these people, smile with them, laugh with them, politely tell them you don't have. But if you have the 200, give to them. It's crazy, but it can save you a lot of. I'm not encouraging. I don't know. I'm dancing on a very slippery slope here. But it's. I don't want to encourage corruption, but be nice. You don't have to give them anything, but be nice. They've taught me a couple of times. I say, hey, see how far they go now. Baba, we do. The moment they even see you're friendly with them, they become friendly.
Yeah, but this particular instance, though, you said the Nigerian was not disrespectful. He wasn't violent. He wasn't aggressive.
Yes, he was. No, this one's in this particular situation, he meant I think some of the worst of the worst. Okay, they don't ask for money, they didn't get money, and immediately switched into I'm going to give you trouble. And it was people like this that must be weeded out, because those who still know how to play black and white are good. There are those of them who can be nasty, but when they see you have a right, when they say, well, you aren't too bad in addressing them, they let you go. Okay, but these ones who are these are the kind of people who, in the dark of the night, they can, I don't want to say something on the radio.
All right. I get it.
So, yeah, God help us.
Thank you very much for calling. We're going to go right back to WhatsApp because we have another story that needs a collective debate. WhatsApp.
Hello, Sunnyside. As regards the Nigerian police force, I want to remain anonymous. I am affiliated with the Nigerian police. My wife, her late dad, mom, her sister, and auntie, all police officers. The major problem with the Nigerian police is poor welfare. How would you train someone on how to use firearms and you pay them peanuts? Police uniform is so expensive, yet they buy it from the peanut. No housing, etc. To summarize, my wife's salary cannot feed the family for more than 10 days. And this is 18 years of service. I have a lot to say. Let's just leave it here. Good afternoon, Joyce. I'm a spy police officer, a sub-arm of the Nigerian police force. You wouldn't believe that particular officer, I guess the one from the video, has once extorted me on that highway when traveling from Lagos to Ondo to go and see my family. I would have made that particular police officer lose his job long ago because I made a transfer of 5,000 to his account when he insisted I must settle him. But my wife pleaded I should allow the issue to slide. Corruption of the police force starts from the training school. You wouldn't want to know what goes on during training. I want to remain anonymous anyways. Thank you, Joyce.
Thank you.
Corruption. Charity begins at home. Preach against and work against corruption from your home, then your community, local government, state, and onwards. Teach your wards to be upright and contented with what they earn and not to be greedy. Lots of people are ignorant that the thieving of public funds end up as vanity and embarrassment at the end of the day. Joyce, we cannot straighten the police in isolation. Do you know if we can have a leader that enforce punishment and reward system and make food cheap and easily available, corruption will drop. Femi, I think the problem here is that we are building in wrong foundation, which is this so-called false unity by Lord Lugard. Joyce, even God don't build on wrong foundation, but we keep on deceiving ourselves on the gain of the politicians who make the nation dry and subject the citizens to dog eat dog situation. Good afternoon, Joyce. I disagree with the current caller that we will do the same thing if we get the position I guess that's what he meant, of authority. I expected you to correct that fallacy. A caller should speak for himself or herself. Thank you. For Siri from Victoria Island.
We have bigger problems than me fixing an opinion.
I don't think the police will stop accepting bribes simply because their salaries are increased. Once someone becomes accustomed to taking bribes and benefiting from them, it can be very difficult to stop. That is why both the government and society have a responsibility to treat workers fairly and with respect. When honest and loyal employees are neglected, underpaid, or treated poorly, they may become vulnerable to corruption or other illegal activities. Once they become involved in those practices, returning to the same level of honesty and loyalty can be very difficult. In my opinion, this is one of the challenges affecting some police officers. Angie. Good afternoon, Joyce. The issue with Nigerian police is I'm in charge mentally. Being in that position that always bed evil the black man. The politicians deal with the citizens the way they like. Then the police, the gun they have in their hands aids their high-headed way of thought because they believe they can intimidate anybody to submission through the firearms that they have with them. The body is as sick as the head that carries it, the merchant man. Joyce, please. I'm a police officer. I have integrity, and my integrity is to protect and to serve. I'm Chris, texting from Satellite Town.
Well,
Greetings,
thank you very much
Joyce.
for your service, officer.
Corruption seems so deeply ingrained in Nigeria that it often feels like it's in our DNA. It may take severe penalties, including the death penalty, to effectively curb corruption in the country. If you were Igbo, it would have been a different story, in quotes, what the man said. An aftermath of the Biafra War, the statement by the Yoruba police officer is deeply rooted in our collective history, and it is sad to live in a country where a section of the country is ill-treated because of an old dispute. Correct me if I'm wrong, and it's not as if the Igbos are entirely at fault regarding what led to the civil war. I don't think the Germans are objects of such hatred, having brought two great wars to Europe and the world. Amber from Badagry. Good afternoon, Joyce. The problem is not the Nigerian police. We are the problem. We have a deep-seated lack mentality as Nigerians. We have imbibed dishonesty as a national value. I'm a private school teacher. In the last WAEC and NECO exams, supervisors were worse than the police. These supervisors were taxing students every day, where the school does not organize exam malpractice. You could see hunger and desperation visibly in them. We are religious but deeply hypocritical, evil and godless. That's why I have stopped going to church, because I can't pretend. Hello, Joyce. There's a general state of lawlessness in the country, and it begins from the top. I told you that we aren't practicing a democracy but a monarchy, and I said it's a crime to criticize the president. Joyce, you said it isn't a crime, but Showere was arrested for calling the president a criminal on social media, which proved me right and you wrong, Joyce. The conduct of our police is just a microcosm of how the society is as a whole. Corruption is in our culture and mindset. I took us down memory lane to how community leaders traded their people for material things from the white man. We as a society are very shallow, so we don't see the value in intangible things like moral virtues, values, loyalty, integrity, etc. But we know how to blame everything on poverty. It is mental laziness to want to blame poverty as the cause of everything. The mindset is the problem. Even our leaders that have amassed enough wealth are still looting. We think like poor people.
All right, hold on. Thank you very much, dear Lou. WhatsApp, and then we have to go to South Africa. A number of Nigerians have died in the last 2 weeks. WhatsApp caller, hello, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for being here. WhatsApp caller, not now that I had you. I lost you. Make it back. Nigeria Info, thank you so much for being here. Good afternoon. You tell me your name. You can go ahead.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Tell me your name. Go ahead.
It's Emmanuel. I'm speaking to you from Ekpe. First off, every Nigeria is an endangered species, but the Igbo man or the Igbo race in Nigeria is more endangered, than any other Nigerian. There is this issue we are not, we keep running away from, but we have to fix. You ask if we have a problem. Yes, we have a problem. I once have a dealing with a Lagos State government official, that I need a pass, for something. And then I'm not Yoruba, but I speak Yoruba fluently, even that a lot of Yoruba, neither am I also Igbo, but he made a comment also that if I were to be Igbo man, that he know what he was going to do, which means that he was going to make life more difficult, for me. So I think we need to address that issue. That was the same thing that police officer, said. It's as if the system is rigged against the Igbo. Now, for the police proper, a lot of people will say, we have fantastic police officers, who do not score. Yes, I agree, but they are minute of the minority. Sometimes they say, senior police officers. Or in every road, where you have these police officers, you have these senior police officers sometimes seated in a car and so on. If these people have this integrity, they are fantastic police officers. Their subordinates who are on the road harassing people right in front of them won't be doing that, because they are senior officers. What those people just do is that they are cautious, to know who when people approach them, their instinct tells them, that this one is somebody we can extort from. This one, let me be more polite, with this one. That is just the difference, from them and those ones who are on the road. Now, what should we do? Nigeria does not have an effective punishment system. That is why everybody keeps saying don't pour your debt, into the drainage system when the road is falling, whatever, it blocks the road. Today, as the rain is falling, some people have poured their debt. Some people are pouring it right now as we speak, because there is no effective punishing system. Even on the road, there is this department of police that arrest taken to custody police officers who collect bribe, on the road. The police officers that are arrested, they still pay bribe to bail themselves out of the situation.
Wow.
Okay. Good afternoon, Joyce.
Thank you very much. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Okay, so we have another conversation. It's out of South Africa. Remember that I am trying to build what may appear to be some kind of pictures to this. What are we? Like, what exactly makes us who we are? It's not that the world doesn't have indisciplined people or people who are vices to society. It is that it's just something about us which I think we have to truly bring forward and elevate in terms of conversation and duty in order to correct, because whether we admit it or not, in some direct sense or in an indirect sense, it is becoming a part of our identity. So a very good example will be, imagine a person who has been so poor for so long, and then you give the person what they are worth, except they know that this is what they deserve. They think that what they have been given is a good. They think that it is a blessing, as we put colloquially. They see it as somebody, which I really hate that word, when the Nigerian, the disadvantaged person would say to the quote advantaged person, bless me. And it is just show you how the mind has been caved in. And I think the construct is one thing, but it's all the things that have also informed it. I can understand you appreciating somebody for doing good, but you kind of get the point I'm trying to make. It's like when someone gives you rice, you're really just grateful because you don't have rice. And between having rice and having your rights, you can't quite tell your butt from a hole in the ground. There isn't any awareness. And these things become part of our collective identity. So a person who should see collecting bribe as something immoral, both before God and before the state, doesn't see it as immoral. In fact, we have done it so much. Once upon a time, you used to hide to collect a bribe. Now you demand it boldly to the extent that you threaten people. And they catch you on video and you're not even afraid, because you know that at this point you're not the only person who is criminal minded. It's even possible that the person who's even recording you is equally criminal, and then the person who's about to arrest you is criminal. It's just that today wasn't his day. In the last few days, it's been a very sketchy report, but the one over the weekend is mind-boggling. A Nigerian was killed in South Africa. Now, I think it's also worth noting that when South Africans wanted Nigerians to leave and gave them the July 30th deadline. What month are we in?
In July.
Oh, no, June 30th then. June 30th deadline. There were a number of Nigerians who said that they were not going to leave. In fact, some people think it's better to die in South Africa than to come back to a Nigeria where there was nothing, no hope, no. And over the weekend, I'm just going to attempt to paraphrase it. And I'll play you an audio. So I first saw the protest by the Nigerian community on social media, and they were protesting the death of a Nigerian. Now, I didn't know which Nigerian was dead because there was no physical body in the first video I watched. Subsequently, I came by videos, and then I found this morning, 4 a.m., a video clip. And I think I'm going to play it, but I would also like to inform you at this point that it is sensitive in its context, so it's necessary that if you have some intolerance to sensitive pictures, that you do not watch it. Otherwise, this is me just giving you a forewarning that it's a violent picture, and so if you wouldn't want to watch it, you don't. And this is me giving you that notice. Okay, so I saw the video of South African police officers physically violating someone. And the only reason this is an important reference point is because the people who posted the video say this is the Nigerian in the hands of South African officers, and this is what happened. And you can watch the video and make of it what you will. And then they say this particular person in the hands of South African officers eventually died. He was the reason the Nigerian community went on a protest. While they were in protest, another Nigerian had his lower lip busted. So I don't know whether he was shot or a bullet bruised his lower lip, but he was bleeding. In fact, the picture was so chaotic, you had to sit with it for a moment to attempt to weave it together. And you would think that anybody who confronted that level of disrespect, I mean, at this point, it's not just that they don't want you, they're killing you now. You would think, well, they'll just pack their bags and come home. Some people are like, what are we coming home to? The same emptiness, the same hopelessness, the same... When the First Lady made a statement in Kogi while she was speaking to them during their food bank lunch, she said, oh, look at those Nigerians who have gone away and how many years been away. They're coming back to... nothing. And she spoke about a few things that they were working on in order to give the Nigerian. I don't know what they're giving to the Nigerian. I don't know. Well, because it's a few things, and it's almost as though, it's a pocket of things, but it's not carpet, if you know what I mean. So broad spectrum that every Nigerian can feel the effect of better governance. And so you're having Nigerians who would rather die in a country where there's a semblance of something better. A better system, even if it's going to take death. All right, I'll stop talking. You're going to hear a Nigerian attempt to narrate the happenings, and then I would then play you the more violent one where a person is alleged to be Nigerian in the hands of South African police officers, and you can make of that picture what you will.
Brother, what exactly happened here, please?
They came.
Okay.
They came today. They came around 10 o'clock.
Okay.
In the morning.
Okay.
Till now, they beat the young man. After searching and after investigating, they found nothing.
Okay.
The young man took them around. They handcuffed him.
Okay.
Plastic him. And they killed him to death. They killed him. South African police killed him. They killed our brother. South African police, they killed our brother.
Approached the captain. The captain said that they find the guy inside the house when he's having heart attack. How can you find someone who is having a heart attack inside
in the house? And you did not arrested him.
Okay. And also taking him
around. What is your job as a police?
Him to give you drugs. Do they give many drugs to keep for you? Did you guys
so where's the guy now? Where is the guy now that killed? Where is he? So the body is still inside.
They took him from here. They took him from here. Handcuffed him. Pouring water on him. With the only cigarette that he wear. They pouring water on him. This water. They pouring water on him. Take him to his place and smoke him to death. And they came in here always. And what they came in here to do is to save for people. That's what they came here to do. They come here. They come here.
As you can see, we are here today in Park 6. So they are complaining that the Nigerian guy was killed this early morning, today being on the 23rd of July, 2026, from Western Cape, Bevel. So they say somebody was killed here in this Park 6 by police people. And you can see Nigerians have gathered here and they are insisting that they must not leave until justice is served. So as you can see, the Nigerians...
You keep us to that because you are working for government. You are laughing. You kill someone. You are happy.
All right, so this is me now playing you the more violent one where it's alleged that the person in the grip of police officers is Nigerian. And if you're with us on YouTube, you're going to join us, watch this particular clip, and decide what you'll make of it. Someone stands outside a window where a torture is happening inside a building. And from the window, the picture is captured. And it is very violent, and I do advise that if you are sensitive to violent pictures, this would not be one for you.
I don't know anything. I'm serious. I'm serious. Hey! What? I'm serious, sir. I'm serious, sir. Hey! 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 I'm serious. Hey! I'm telling you! Hey! 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 You will go. You will go. Hey! Hey!
All right. 99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. So, all right. So there are. It's very. You wonder whether we know what it means to value ourselves. Not the value you gain through corrupt means where you elevate your arrogance above the person who is without means. You know that thing where you're just happy not to be the poorest in the room. And as long as you're not poor, you can validate your human existence through, the monies that you have. There isn't, I think there's that. And then there is a collective social value, identity. That's where our identity is hinged on something. And if you see the way we treat ourselves, you can understand why anybody would treat us the way that they do outside of home. And I wonder how much of this is monetary and how much of this is truly psychological. Because whether we want to admit it or not, what we think of ourselves is exactly what the world outside of us think of us. It forces silence because in a way, I think I'm still trying to truly interrogate even my own thinking as to why is this country the way that it is? Because what this country is what the people have become. I think you're picking up what I'm putting down. Okay, there's another video I wanted to play for you. And so you know how propaganda truly or agenda can really be a way of propagating misinformation. Some people say he is South African, and some other people say he is Nigerian. So let's just assume we don't know his nationality because the video doesn't establish a nationality. But in that video, a black man is arrested, caught, and found there's white powder found on him, and he was made to eat the powder. So, if he's South African, but maybe he is not, maybe he's from another nationality, and they made him eat it. You don't understand. Oh, I'll play that video. Give me a moment. All right, so here's another picture that you may find somewhat moving because it is not in itself a violent picture, but it is. It is hard in a not so human way. If you're with us on YouTube, well, you have the privilege to watch the video, and then of course I'll open up telephone lines again. Okay, give me a moment. Here we are, and this button here. Oh, is that it?
Akasho kutwenze njani akasho akhulume ibathi yini bathi kudla oh man oh bathi kudla eat Dita yonke Eat, put it in your mouth. Eat everything. Agagwinye. The famous pasta.
So, the real gist is that someone is arrested. I can't quite establish the nationality, and they claim that they found drugs on him and they made him eat it. Eventually, after that particular scene, himself and somebody else arrested by police, and of course the story is something I believe that the federal government will. I think that. I'm not sure specifically what the Nigerian government is asking for, in what cases they're asking for investigation, but at least the Nigerian government has spoken. The Consulate General of Nigeria in Johannesburg has strongly condemned the killing of a Nigerian national, Ibe Chika Simon, during a South African police service operation in Bellville, Cape Town, describing the circumstances surrounding his death as questionable. The consulate, in a statement dated July 25th and obtained by The Punch on Sunday, expressed concern over the shooting of another Nigerian, Patrick Chooks, who is currently receiving treatment for severe injuries sustained during the operation on July 2023. And I believe that is the picture. I haven't played you the video of the guy with the busted lip because I don't have a belly for the gore, but I think you can stomach it because you have to see it. You have to see it. Maybe you don't. So, at least so far, the statement is asking for investigation into the death of the one who died. The video I played, and then, of course, the one I reported had a busted lower lip. One of the videos showed a body lying on the ground with several people gathered around as voices cried out in pain and anguish. Another clip showed the body wrapped in white and placed in a stretcher before being wheeled into an ambulance. A separate video captured a crowd gathered outside the South African police offices A separate video captured a crowd gathered outside while police officers stood opposite them as one visibly distressed man confronted the officers. Okay, it's about 2 p.m. Pardon me, I was slightly distracted there. We'll go from the break. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so you would, the reason I think this conversation is necessary to have, I think, it's one thing to speak about crime. You cannot speak about crime in isolation of character. You cannot speak about crime in isolation of values. You cannot speak about identity in isolation of values and subsequently the crime that emerges as a result of a lack of values. And it's interesting because sometimes you want to convey information to someone which I don't think I was trying to convey an information when I said that, Nigerians have talent, and if we got half as much the hype as foreign people do, like your favorites do get when you make them your goat, If Nigerians got half as much that investment in skill and human resource, that we are equal to the world, but yeah, maybe we're not. And some people have only become a product of this we are not version of our collective existence. And what also happens consequently is the Nigerians treat Nigerians in slightly inhumane ways. 1, 2, and then, of course, foreigners would do the same. Oh, you will not believe how close this is to home. You remember the Nigerians who came on Nigeria Info who said that they were driving for a particular taxi company in this country and that they were literally paying the taxi company to ride the taxis. And for some of them, they were already in debt. I met one gentleman said he was in debt of 2 million. And hadn't been paid salaries. Like the level of dehumanization, you don't want to face it. The level of dehumanization, and Nigerians do it to Nigerians. And it's something as trivial as, well, if you don't give me a tip, I'm going to punish you for it. And then there is the Nigerian, in a bid to pursue greener pastures, would do things that he or she would otherwise not have done, but because of survival. And so somewhere between a lack of something being established and the floodgates of immorality opened up, here we are trying to, if there's anything left of our sensibility, our soul, our conscience, our identity, we're just barely getting by. Let's talk. Telephone lines are open. Telephone numbers.
The male line is 0201-277-0993 and the female line is 0201-465-7190. The WhatsApp number for messages and calls is 0809-597-5805.
Welcome. How are you? Afternoon, actually. Tell us your name, you can go ahead.
My name is Azusa. I'm just sharing here. I'm an Uber driver. I just parked my car. Now, when I had that second video that you played, that they were beating that guy. What a country. What a country. And the president's wife is mocking those that make their way out of this country when the country is not settled for people to survive. Making mocking of them. Look at Nigerians being beaten. Nothing from our own side of our own country. What a mess. This country is gone. It's gone. I'm sharing.
I lost you. We're going to go to WhatsApp right now. Welcome to 99.3 Nigeria Info. And YouTube, hello to our friends on YouTube. We have seen your commentaries. We'll be reading them.
I think it's more of, this one is about the previous conversation.
Oh, okay.
Justice for our brothers. It's a pity, totally awful, coupled with the fact that our politicians will see these horrible things and look away in most cases.
Hold on a second. Hello, welcome. Nigeria Info, good afternoon if you can hear me.
Hello, Joyce. Good afternoon, man.
Welcome. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is the one of Odobolu. Joyce, I feel pain. I feel God did not create me and put me in Nigeria because this has been a public disgrace all over the world, because as you are playing that thing, everybody in the world is hearing it. How would they guide us? How would they? And these are our politicians. They would carry everything we have here, go and store in their land, in their Toyibo land, even in South Africa. Because I know Nigerians, these politicians have companies here, they have everything here. I don't know how they are thinking about us. But I'm betting you, one day, all of us will come out and face them. If they can stand us on that day, I pity them, because it's going to be a tragedy on them. We are going to fight to finish. Anybody that remains will answer Nigeria. If they don't remain, then we will find another name to give Nigerian, because I know one day they will push us to the wall and they will regret it. I bet you.
Do you? I've lost you. Do you think the politicians are the only problems we have, or are they fundamentally the problems we have? Hello, what's up, caller? Thank you very much for being here.
Hello, Joyce. The question: the politicians are not the only problem we have. I understand. Our brothers out there, you understand. We need to also say things with that. Some of them, all right, not all of them. Some of us, we are in someone else's country. You understand? Of course, if they don't want drugs, we are not the only one doing drugs in the country. Quite all right. You understand? But the South African government, there are ways around it. I'm glad right now that there's a lot of pressure on their government. They've taken the South African government to the African Union. Even the European Union are putting sanctions on them now, and they are feeling the heat. You understand? But still, all right, we ourselves from Nigeria, we need to talk to ourselves. You understand? Our image out there is bad. I live out here, but I know how our image is. It's getting worse every day. You understand? When we talk of Boko Haram, when we talk of drug dealing, when we talk of this and that, you understand? But at the same time, like for example, Germany, they know how to go about. They will round you up. They won't even let you say anything. Within 1 week, you are back in your country. But the way South Africans are going about it is what the problem is. You understand? They are just picking anybody on the street, beating them up. It's really sad. And though our government now, they are standing behind Ghana, because Ghana is the main country that took South Africa to the African Union. So Nigeria now, they are standing. They are trying to get for all the people that lost their property and the rest. And then they are trying to get the whole Africa to go against South Africa. So they are kind of feeling the heat. Let's see how that goes diplomatically. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. How are you? Good afternoon to you. Welcome to Nigeria Info.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon to you.
My name is KDK.
Thank you for being here.
I'm short of words. From my own point of view, I can see that the Igbos are being targeted. Most of the people killed in South Africa are the Igbos. Now I have a word for the Igbos. Igbos, wherever you are, come back home. Let us go. Let me be Biafra. Let us go. It's enough. It's enough. This rubbish is too much. We are being killed in Nigeria. We are being killed all over the world. What is going on? What is going on? Where is the South African embassy? The South African consulate.
You're not being killed.
Nigerian consulate in South Africa. What's he doing? What's he doing?
You're not being killed in
No, listen to me. Listen to me.
No. Excuse me.
Most of the ones are being killed are Igbos.
Excuse me.
Let all Igbos
the whole world. You're going to listen to me. That's what you're going to do. Igbos are not being killed in Nigeria. I needed to say that. And I can understand how displeased you are. But, yeah, it's not just a tribe thing. Well, at least you think it's a tribe thing. I think it's a psychological thing. Because it's not just Igbos who are a victim of whatever this is. It's also every other Nigerian that's colored, maybe made victim of the errors of others. But even worse, even psychologically, you can see that even those who are not necessarily immediately victims of this collective social weight of problems are themselves psychologically robbed of social identity, collective identity. What's up? Hello, how are you?
Good afternoon, Joyce. How are you doing?
Well, thank you. Tell me your name. You can go ahead.
Okay, I'm Coach Ade, known as Coach Ade. Actually, I comment a lot on South African Nigerian issues on TikTok.
Help me, please. Are you pardon me, are you South African or Nigerian?
I am Nigerian, actually.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
but I'm very familiar with what's going on ground.
You're Nigerian in South Africa?
Absolutely.
How long have you been in South Africa?
Since 1998.
Oh.
That's almost 30 years.
So you're a citizen at this point, then?
Yes, I have citizenship. Yeah.
Please go ahead.
All right. The South Africans have their own issues. They've never liked Nigerians. I think it comes down to inability to compete and inferiority complex. Now, here are South Africans. Majority of them, some of them are doing well. Majority of them stay in the bundles. They do not have proper sources of income. They rely on government for a grant of 370 rands a month, which is like 40K, which the government gives to them just to survive. So they are comfortable in their lack. But the moment they see a Nigerian come in, start a business, the opportunities have been there forever. They never took the opportunities. But the moment they see a Nigerian start a business, buys a house, start driving a car, they get jealous because you can't be doing that in our country. That is their own ideology. You can't come to our country as a black person and succeed. If you were white, it's acceptable because they believe the whites are superior. But if you're a black person from Africa especially, we should be better than you in our own country. And that is where the problem is. A lot of Nigerians are very flashy. They would make some money, buy the best cars, stays in the best houses, get the best girls. These South African blacks who have been ostracized, who have been discriminated against for centuries, they don't believe any other black should live better than they do. And that is what the jealousy and the very complex come in, and it has led to violence. There has been xenophobic attacks since forever. At least I remember one in 1998, even other ones, there have been other sporadic ones with they attack foreign immigrants. They even kill their own people thinking they are immigrants because they believe they are not so dark. So South Africans that are dark are even in trouble. Now, this particular flare-up happened because a caller called and said Igbos are being killed. But this particular flare-up happened because a man installed himself as a king in Eastern Cape, an Igbo man. Installed himself as the Igbo king of Eastern Cape. I made a video and I asked him to apologize to the South Africans, saying that you can't do that in South Africa. They are very sensitive with their traditional authority. You can't do that.
Hold on a second, please. Pardon me. I want to establish the timeline here. Which incident are you pairing with this particular conversation we're having? You're saying that a Nigerian installed himself. We are aware of that story, but that was a while back. There is this one now that just happened over the weekend that we haven't established what led to it. And from the video that we found, they said that he was accosted, searched, no drugs were found on him, but then tortured by police and killed. And nothing about the installation of an Igbo king. So I'm not sure what you're trying to help us understand.
I hear you.
Okay.
I hear you. The South African police services, they're actually biased. And anytime they need money, they shake down Nigerians. That's they do constantly. And once they know, they shake down Nigerians, and to the extent that if the Nigerian refuses to give them money, they can kill the Nigerian and they will say is that they found him with drugs. On my page, I've said so many things. I've taken the case of so many Nigerians that were unalive, predominantly Igbo guys though. And I have held the South African government to account, and I've notified the general public they should be careful. I give them instructions on how to behave and all that. But the June 30th deadline started with a march that happened in the Eastern Cape after the installation of the Igbo king. And they made it they made it clear that every Nigerian or every African that is remaining after the June 30th, they are going to be targeted. And the targeting is also being done not just by the criminals, also by the members of the South African police services, by the members of the South African Defense Force, because they feel it's fair game. Kill a Nigerian and get an award. That's what is going on. In conclusion, they will tell you whether it's horizontally or vertically, you guys will go home. that means it's either you go home alive or you go home in a coffin. So those that decide to still remain there, they know what they're doing. It's important that Nigerians should have a plan B and an exit plan now. That's what I'll say.
Thank you very much for calling us. I really do appreciate what you've brought in this far. We're hoping that the Nigerian government is going to interrogate it with some clearer answers. Thank you so much for calling me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
The Sunny Side, good afternoon to you. Welcome to Nigeria Info. If you can hear me, hello?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Welcome to the show. Tell us your name, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mazi from Germany. Yeah, the last caller, I think he's trying to, sorry, but I think he's a bit, trying to have it both ways. He's still making it,
accurate? You think he's...
Yes.
Okay. I suspected that too.
Yeah, so he's still going back to what you told him. He's still making it Igbo something. This clips you played, my sister, if you go online, those people who are hailing those South Africans are Nigerians from a particular ethnic group, telling South Africa to continue because Igbos are causing problems in their country. So this guy that called right now is playing the same game. We know how they roll.
Wait, pardon me. Are you saying that it's Nigerians who's instigating the South African police to take away?
No. But they encourage them. They held them. This clip you played, the guy that had some wounds on the lips, or the dead guy, go to the commentary and see what fellow Nigerians are saying about the dead people or the wounded persons. They are telling South Africans that do very well, do these people like this because they are the people telling Nigerians. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So but I think we have to establish that they are not the reason this happened in the first place. This is after the fact.
No. It's not the reason. But I'm telling you, it's not the reason. It's not the reason. But the people that are telling, they instead of condemning what South Africans are doing, they are telling South Africa, do more.
Oh, yeah. I think we're familiar with Nigeria and our own internal ethnic bias or hatred towards each other. I just think that it's necessary that the lines are clear, that you're not saying that it's the Nigerian here, a part of Nigeria that's telling South Africans to do this. Okay, good. And so the other part is something we can do internally. If we don't like ourselves, we can go our separate ways. Maybe we like ourselves.
Exactly.
Good. So that's a different issue.
My sister, let me tell you the experience I had at the same road or on the same road, Shagamu Ore. That place is very notorious for people who apply from Lagos to the east. That place is very notorious. A man, I was driving with my wife. I like driving. I don't body drives me. I drive myself. I was driving. They stopped me. They took my license, my German license. They refused to give it to me because the man said I should interpret what is written there. Say it is Führerschein. It is German driving license. It is not written in English. This man persisted. I said, please, this is my, and I just came. I can drive with this license at least for a week or 2 or 3 months before I could change. I have my own. Although I had my Nigerian license, but it expired. This man refused. Do you know that I drove my car from that place to Imo State without driving license? He took it because I refused to give him money. He was demanding a lot of money from me. And this was even before the COVID. The money he was demanding from was a very big money. I said, I have this money. I can't give it to you. I don't even have it. He took my license up to today. I didn't get it. Do you know one thing? The guy was like, he didn't know that I speak Hausa. He told his colleague, Karikeshi, Karikabashi Takadanshi, don't give him his paper bag. Karikabashi Takadanshi. So when he came back to me, I said, Malam, what is happening with you? Mia Paru, what happened? He was so like, it was like, let me disappear here. Still, he didn't give me my driver's license. This is what we go through. Have you traveled? If you are at Murtala Mohammed Airport, the way they look at you as Igbo man traveling out or traveling coming in is different. I have had a lot of issues at the Murtala Mohammed Airport where they will be speaking their language and while they are on Nigerian uniform, but because they will hold your passport, they will speak their native language, which you don't understand. I understand Hausa very well, but I don't understand Yoruba language. This is what we must go through every time.
Okay, so now this is a new one. I travel. I'm Igbo. I've never experienced that. So this may be your own bias overshadowing what you think is a bias from the other person.
Yeah, my sister, but this is not. I think I'm not the only person saying this. I think you have this.
What is familiar? Yeah, I mean, you may have an observation, and I'm trying not to be. Yeah. I'm not going to try to dismiss it, but Nigerians have had issues with immigration officers, and it's not necessarily along ethnic lines.
No, but excuse me, not every. I'm not telling that every Igbo person has the same experience or has experienced something like that. But I'm saying what I've experienced and what others that I know, my friends that are experiencing. The millions of Igbos traveling. That's maybe one or two people could have the same experience like I have.
Is it possible that there's a justification for the quote experience? Yes. Is it that?
Yes.
Okay. You think that Igbo people have a nature?
For example, yes. For example, yesterday I was watching Shehu Kimbaloye and P2B. This guy, it was only, why should Nigeria trust Igbo man? Why should they not trust Igbo man? We were talking about Biafra, the military coup. As if that P2B was part of the Biafran soldier or was part of the coup. He persisted, why should they not? Why should we trust Igbo person with the presidency? Are you kidding me? Are we not a part of this system? Let me tell you, if we do authentic census today, Igbos are Igbos are the most populated people in Nigeria. If we do a real census, but somebody came on, Peter was there.
I mean, you're not sure about that. I mean, I can understand.
But I say if we could.
I don't think you give birth the way the Northerners give birth. I think you want to win this one, but yeah, I don't think you have as many wives.
But excuse me, when they say Northerners, separate them. If you come to the South, there are a lot of tribes.
So here is the thing. You have a point. And there can be bias in logic. And this also speaks to our collective identity. What do you think we need to do to fix it? To create a fusion?
Yeah, my sister, let me tell you. One thing is that we have to sit down. Because this country called Nigeria is a fiction. It's not a reality. It's not organic. It's a fiction.
All right.
Even lastly, Awolowo said it, and it continued to be a mere geographical expression until we come together and say, how do we want to live? You live in Lagos, you live in Abuja, you live in Imo State, but you are not indigenous. But you are the same. You live in your country, but somebody will tell you are not indigenous to a state where you were born. I mean, come on, we are living in a denial. Let us sit down and discuss this kind of system that is not taking us anywhere. And do you know one thing? What baffles me?
Finally, we have to give other people an opportunity to speak.
Yeah, thank you. God bless you. Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you. How are you?
Hello, Joyce. I greet you.
Afternoon. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. This is Dave. Joyce, you are doing a great job. God bless you so much. Joyce, I want to let you know, I want to establish this fact first of all. South Africa is like a second home for me. This issue that is happening, Joyce, is both our people and South Africa. The part where I have issue with our people live so much with so loud. Some of them go there with a lot of baggages, evil. I'm telling you the truth, Joyce. Some of them will go there, fake some South African ladies, marry them, get citizenship, and run away. You can. How many will I count? No, this one is not against Joy. I'm talking about with experience, what I've seen. There are some Nigerians there that are living good life. Nobody is disturbing them in South Africa. One of my friends, he is a pastor. He has a church in Polokwane. He has one of the largest congregations in Polokwane. In Nigeria, an Igbo man. married to a South African. So, Joyce, this problem we are seeing in South Africa, our people too need to calm down. Our people they are not behaving well in South Africa. Many of our people, Joyce, many of our people are not behaving well in South Africa. And this is part of the thing that is causing this anger for these guys. We know there are some of them that are very lazy because most of their ladies, they like Nigerians because of the strength and the energy and the way they love women and value women. Because some of their people, they don't have respect and regard for ladies. But notwithstanding, Joyce, our people, they are still people that are provoking these guys. I am telling you because it's my second home. I'm not talking from Nigeria point of view.
Okay. Thank you.
Our people they should calm down and stop all this nonsense. Some of them go there to carry drugs. I see them there. You see the way some of them behave in South Africa. Many Nigerians are spoiling that place. They are spoiling their people.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for bringing that to note. Hello, sorry I lost you. Ooh, let's see. Hi, how are you? Thank you for being on Nigeria Info this afternoon. How are you? Tell me your name.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, just my name is Mazuda.
Yeah, go ahead, real quick.
Hello? Yeah, just this last caller. I love his explanation. Perfect explanation. My people,
oh sure,
those Igbo, we are very pompous. Some of us sometimes, more especially when you jam money, all this rough way of making money. So if they bring hatred anywhere, not only South Africa, in Nigeria, anywhere for Igbo man. They think people don't like, nobody don't like you, but you always loud.
Yeah, but the arrogance is not an Igbo thing, it's a Nigerian thing. Nigerians are arrogant people.
I know it's a Nigerian thing, but our own, because we're always in money, and we are trying to make money. Easy for us to make money. And everybody in the world likes
I'm going to disagree with that. The Nigerian is an arrogant. The poor Nigerian is an arrogant person. It's not an Igbo thing. No, it's not an Igbo thing.
No, I agree.
Yeah, so
I agree, but in terms of that, like the other man even explain about.
I mean, I meet you on Nigeria Info. It's not like I meet you. You're not on Forbes list. I meet you on Nigeria Info.
We need to know the truth.
No. Wait, please. Hold on a second. I think I can afford this kind of truth. I can afford it. The Nigerian is an arrogant person. So that's inclusive of everybody who's Nigerian. Igbo. You're not an arrogant person. Yeah. It's a Nigerian thing. Yeah. You know the Igbos because you live with them.
No, I agree with
the Nigerian is an arrogant person. It's not even a Nigerian opinion. Even non-Nigerians think the Nigerians are arrogant people. That's not even
Igbos are Nigerians.
Yeah, and they're arrogant. And come on, that's not even I'm not saying that they're not. I'm just saying it's a Nigerian thing.
I didn't say all of Igbo. I said few of us.
As Igbo people are arrogant people. Any Igbo person who doesn't agree should.
Because you told the other guy that you traveled. Nobody question you anything, and you are Igbo. You understand? Nobody do anything to you.
What are you saying?
They know they target those people. They target is the people that is over proud.
No, you're wrong.
You understand?
No, that's not altogether right. Thank you for calling me. I do appreciate it. WhatsApp.
Good afternoon, Joyce. Please tell that guy that said it is Nigerians from a particular part of the country that we're hailing the South Africa police to continue to kill the Igbos to stop the fallacy. It's annoying. It's not the matter of Igbos. It's not Igbo matters. I guess that's what he meant. Okay. He should stop promoting something he can't substantiate. Does it mean everybody all over the world hates the Igbos? What a disgusting opinion. Good afternoon, Joyce. The video you just played on how South African police killed a Nigerian. It's unfortunate that presently we don't have a leader that can stand up to this. Nigerians are being killed and treated like animals, both at home and abroad. Can anyone mistreat an American anyhow in any part of the world, and such country wouldn't pay for it? These evil leaders have sent Nigerians out of their home into the den of lions. I wonder why most of these Nigerians are still what they are still doing there. I'm sorry, but how about we respect and integrate the reason why Igbos have problem in Ghana, South Africa, Dubai, Hausa, Yoruba, and so many places? Why do people have the hatred towards them? Is there any antecedent to why this narrative and perspective is being propagated? A Nigerian from the southeast and south of Nigeria is an endangered species. What? Good afternoon, Joyce. Nigerians are really in a very pity situation. The way the world see us is the way our rulers paint us to the world. When South Africans and other nationals see bandits beheading and killing Nigerians without our leaders doing much to it, then the press statement and summoning of security heads. Sorry to say, our present rulers are Nigerians' problems. No country of the world can do this to USA citizens.
It's 2:30 on the clock. Well, sorry, we can't take any more. Hillary's in the studio. He's not arrogant. He's about to take you from 2:30 to 3 p.m. I am, and I'm going home. God bless you. My name's Joyce. See you tomorrow.